What's up? You already know what it is. We about to talk yo barbership. We back at it. I'm back to back with it like Drake. Back to back, back to back. So I'm gonna let the system do what it do. Start generating, sending out notifications because this next person, man, I truly enjoy his platform, his social media page, everything that he's doing. He got his own product line. He be doing skits that be like so outrageous and funny as hell. Like, and he's a barber. Like, this dude is like killing it from all different angles. And I just wonder, like, how does he have time to do all the stuff that he's doing and just still educating us, open our horizon to the possibilities of more and more what we can do in this industry, and that's what it's clearly all about, growth. That's why I created this platform, to have these wonderful people that I have had from all over different areas. I never thought Talk Your Barbership would be where it's at. And it's been a wonderful journey, and I'm truly happy. You know, sometimes it brings me to tears, but like I said, I'm ready to talk that barbership. I'm ready to hear him talk his barbership. Let's talk your barbership. Let's go. I sent that invite, my sir. Let's get it going.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's go.
Hat looking good. Okay.
How are you doing today, man?
Oh man, I'm great. I just got finished. I'm glad that you went over a little bit of your other one because I just dropped my daughters off. Just came from the gym, jumped in the shower. I almost came on here with no shirt on. Yeah, I almost came with no shirt on. I put the hat on because my hair, but I had no shirt on. I had the chain under it and everything so I could look sexy with no shirt on. But you went a little bit over on the last one, so that was good. So I got to throw my barber jacket on. So I'm ready to talk some shit. I got my shit talking jacket on and everything.
I was like, man, I hope I don't go too much over where you be like, man, I can't jump on.
Now,
But I'm glad I still gave you enough time to do what you needed to do so we can have a great conversation today.
yeah,
I just want to say, man, it's an honor. I know you could be anywhere else at this particular moment doing so much because I know your plate is full.
yeah.
But to take time out and say, hey, I want to talk to this fella. Um, let's talk your barbershop. Let's get into it. I always like to start off from the beginning of this journey when I have my people come onto my platform. I want to know like everything, like what got you into being a barber? Because we see all the amazing stuff that people are
Yeah.
doing now, but it's a lot of people that are trying to find themselves, trying to understand this new journey that they're taking. And they, like for myself, I was in a whole different field. And when I came over here, it was like straight brand
Yeah.
new. And I was trying to figure out, but what was so heartwarming for me was that a lot of people, when I came in this field, opened up a lot of doors for me. They was willing to share. They was willing to talk. They was really to share their deep journey and and the fails that they had and trying to understand it. And it made me feel like, oh yeah, okay, I'm in that right now. So I can get out of that and become more in this what I'm doing now. So let's talk about it. Like let's talk about your first journey.
Oh, all right. Well, it was 1980 something, and I had, and I just finished watching Breaking, the movie Breaking, one or two.
Man, I
Yeah,
love
you remember?
Reagan.
I forget which one it was. So I was the dude that used to get the kitchen haircuts by my father. You put the newspaper down. That's when we actually had newspapers. Put the newspaper down on the kitchen floor. Then I get in the chair and my father cut my hair. So, because my father, he had cut hair in high school, I think the military, but based on the haircut, you couldn't tell. But anyway, after watching Breaking, I was like, yo, man, I want to look like Turbo. And so I showed him the hot top and everything. You know, he saw the movie. I was like, yo, I want a hot top. Woo! 35 minutes later, 45 minutes later, I look like a unicorn, bro. Like it was a terrible haircut.
Yeah.
And so, and you know, brothers, as soon as I go outside, they're getting me, oh snap. Nigga look like a unicorn. So they getting on me. So that hurt me.
Yeah.
But then it was the summer. It's actually my brother, man, that got me in. My brother, the summer I was going to 8th grade. Going to 8th grade. My brother was cutting his own hair. So but then the crazy thing is, we thought a fade, it was a bowl cut. Like the perfect bowl, like I was lining up the skin. The perfect bowl was the fade. Yeah. So then I was creating perfect bowls. Got a picture. I went to basketball camp with Jim Bavano. I got a bowl with a fat ass part and everything. I thought the haircut was decent then. Yeah. So then next thing you know, I just said, you know what? You'll understand this as a barber, which is kind of wild. I said, let me move the lever to see what happens. Because I just had the lever all the way up. So, I'm cutting the ball, not even moving the lever, put the number 1 guard in there, zoom, zoom. So then I was like, let me move the lever. Let me see what it does. Then I moved it. Oh, snap. It takes less off right here. Yeah. Oh, snap. Oh, whoa. Oh. And then now I'm in the mirror and I'm like, which the fade probably was garbage, but it was decent enough for me to convince the dudes in my neighborhood that I cut hair now. You know what I'm saying? They my age, so I'm 13 years old. I go outside to Marcus. Hey, Marcus, I cut hair now. I go to Reg. Hey, yo, I cut hair now. Marcus Johnson, he's one of my best friends. He was like, all right, bro. In the bathroom, business started off in the bathroom, just cutting Marcus. Next thing you know, it's Paul, then Dirk, then it's different dudes around the neighborhood because they all my age. So if we all walk around, then we don't know it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking around, and then next thing they go from like 3 to bam, 9th grade, cutting. Hey, Curtis, let me cut. One of the dudes I used to idolize, look up to because I was a freshman. He was a senior playing basketball, started the team. Curtis, let me cut your hair. Oh, the hell, no. And then you just word him up. You just get around. By the end of the year, Curtis was like, let me cut your hair. Yeah. Now, for me at that time, that was a hell of an accomplishment. Because just imagine, you in 9th grade, I'm playing JV. Curtis is the star of the basketball team, varsity. Then he was like, all right. He trusted me because he saw enough of my haircuts spreading around the school to say, let me cut you. Yeah. Then I'm like, oh, I got Curtis. Then next thing you know, it just built 10th grade. More people, 11th grade. They doing articles about me in the school paper, the school yearbook. Oh, and all that stuff. 12th grade. Yeah, then it's to the point, bro, where I was cutting almost how I am now. Like I could tell I was young on Saturdays, bro. Like probably around like my junior year on Saturdays, I'm cutting like 20 to 25 heads. Back you young then, so I ain't need much of a break. Yeah. I start off watching Saved by the Bell, my boy Marlon. Marlon was my first client, always at 9 in the morning, 8:30 or 9 in the morning. And then I'm cutting till about 7 at night, probably one break. I got a full-fledged barbershop in my parents' basement. It's like, we ain't have appointments then. So it's like people call me and they always tease me, say, you sound like a spade because they'll call me, how many you got? I'm like, I got 3 and a possible. And somebody might have left me cut, you know what I'm saying? And so I was a little teenager with 3 to 8 dudes sitting there, we watching basketball, we watching Georgetown, because I'm from Maryland, so we watching Georgetown, Alonzo Mourning, we watching them, and all day Kenny Anderson, everybody, and I got a full-fledged barbershop in my parents' basement, and that's how I started. Man,
that's fire. What was the what-if moment?
What you mean, what-if moment?
Like when you got into this, and then you was like, oh man, shit, I really could continue to push myself.
I never had I've never ever had a what if moment, man, because for me, it was like I felt like I mean, I'm definitely not. I felt like the LeBron, like I was young, like I didn't realize how young I was. So for me, all that stuff I learned in my parents' basement, I played basketball and baseball, but I'm like, I still love it to this day. I was loving the growth. Like for me, I was loving you doubted me. Yeah, you ain't want me to cut your hair, but now you want me to cut your hair. And then I'm learning, you in high school, you know, you're in 9th, 10th grade. Then I'm getting some adults every now and then. Some adults, and then some of my dudes, I ain't realized, because it's funny when you're a kid, you don't realize that they mix. So, you know what I'm saying? So, because I come from a black ass area, I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland, where it's 95% black.
Yeah.
So then I might cut somebody whose hair was mixed. So that was a little challenge for me. Like, damn, I'm usually dealing with this Afro hair, so I got to work my guards different. But I never saw it as work. And I'll say I never had that because it was always a challenge to me just to perfect the haircut. So it was like I was learning and having fun at the same time, not knowing, because I never planned on doing this the rest of my life. I was like, your thing froze.
Oh, yeah.
We used to drop off cars to white folks here working at transmission, and we drop off cars down Georgetown to white folks that cars they worked on, right? And I used to I'll be with my dad, and we'll be in Georgetown, and I used to see all the white men, executives in suits. You know what I'm saying? Trench, like that just looked good to me. Trench jackets, a suit, trench jacket, ties. So I always wanted to be that 9 to 5 Negro. I always wanted to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Even like cutting hair was fun, but I wanted to be that dude.
Yeah.
Went to college, started working in corporate America, became that dude. Became the dude, the person that I imagined. Now I got the suit, now I got the trench coat, now I got the briefcase and everything, but I'm still cutting hair on the weekends. So I'm with the white folks doing Monday through Friday, I'm drinking Budweiser. The weekend, I'm drinking Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with them Monday through Friday. The weekend, I'm with my dudes at the barbershop. And so for me, it was a perfect blend of both worlds, because I saw how they do business, and then I saw how my folks did business in the barbershop. And I think that background, and then just being an entrepreneur in high school, because I was doing business cards, handing them out, bank account. My mother was like, get a bank account. I'm giving my mother money every week or every day to put in the bank, because back then, she put it in the bank and she gave me a slip. She gave me the bank slip. So I was always organized. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I was always organized. I would put those slips in a shoebox. You know what I'm saying? I put them in a Nike shoebox. So I go from seeing that growth of that bank account from like 50, 100, then 200. And in high school, then I'm up to like 1,000, 2,000 in high school. You know, I mean, back in the day, especially for me, that was a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
You know, and I'm the dude going to high school. My friend Darius, you know, here, we know each other since we was 13, since middle school. I'm the dude in high school, polo down. I'm buying my clothes. Look, with large wires, 20 on the top, ones in between. So I was fronting like I was a drug dealer, but I was a legal dude. But I'm cutting everybody's hair, but I was acting like I was cutting and hustling a little bit on the side, but I wasn't. I tried one time, but it wasn't for me.
What's the pager?
Right. I had the pager. I had to hide the pager. Everything, all that stuff. It was running, like, instead of running the drug operation, I was running the barber operation, even through my pager. Yo, can you cut, like, call, can you get me, and all that stuff. So I had a full-fledged business out of my parents' basement, bro.
That's amazing, man. I love every detail to that. I think somebody said the same thing, and then the timeline. Yeah, like I said, just to hear somebody's journey and where they came from and how they built themselves up. And yeah, we have our lumps, our bruises, but it's just like, how do you jump back into the game and keep pushing forward? And like you said, you played sports, so kind of took that adrenaline from that and put it in the same effort as, doing a hair. Like, your competition wasn't getting somebody in a chair. It was competition of how I can master each of these cuts.
Yeah.
And like perfecting yourself in the baseball field or the basketball field. Like, I gotta go in and get this repetition each time. And that's what the barber industry is pretty much about for barbers that's coming up and just watching videos and watching somebody cut. The main thing to get yourself better is the repetition.
It's the repetition, real quick, because like when you say a setback, I started working in the barber shop. Well, this was an embarrassing moment for me. I started working in the barber shop I think I was 18 years old. I believe I was a sophomore or freshman in college. So I'm going from cutting high school dudes' hair, cutting some of my college, you know, you're a freshman, so you ain't dealing with much facial hair. You know, some dudes might have beards, but you ain't really dealing with that much facial hair. To working into a barber shop, I was 18 years old. Yeah, I believe I was 18, a freshman in college. So now I'm in the big leagues. You know, you go from your parents' basement. Now I'm at Morgan State University, HBCU. I'm at Morgan State University in my dorm room cutting to now I got a job in the barber shop. So for me, that was like, oh, snap. Like, this is the big leagues. And then you dealing with cutting grown men's hair now. Like I said, every now and then I had a grown person, but now I got 40 or 35-year-olds. You know, at 19, 18, 19-year-old, a 35-year-old dude is old as hell to you. And you know, I used to have a problem with, because I wasn't really dealing with mustaches like that. And I remember one dude was like, yo, man, curve my mustache so it points right here. And he was like, come on, man, just curve it. And I'm getting nervous, you know, hands shaking. I'm like, man, I ain't used to dealing with this, you know? And then it was my first week in the shop, bro, because I worked on the weekends. So it was my first weekend in the shop. I cut a dude hair and he had grease in his head. Now, you know, when somebody got grease in their head, they ain't gonna get the best cut because he got a gang of grease. And I'm young, I'm new, I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm nervous, I'm new, and I cut his hair with the grease, and I ain't say nothing. Homie went home, bro. He came back. He was like, hey man, this dude must have look like some chickens been plucking up my head. Look at this garbage. And this was my first week there. And he went home and washed it, and it looked totally different. So if you say a what if moment, that was like, I knew I wasn't gonna quit. I knew that, but I was like, they gonna fire me. Like, as soon as I get it, they gonna fire me, bro. And so my man Vaughn taught me a lot of stuff to this day. He owns that barbershop now, Largo One. Vaughn was like, hey man, Vaughn looked at me because I'm 18, 19. Vaughn is probably 32, right? And he was like, hey man, homie be having a lot of grease in his head. That's how he is. He real picky. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because that's it. And just by Vaughn saying, because he cut right beside me, just by him saying that to me, it made me feel like, okay, they're not gonna fire me. And it was the relief that I needed to move, because I'm cutting somebody while dude like, hey man, who cut this? Like chickens cut my head. Now I gotta say, who's next? And everybody, you know, they sitting there. So it was just like, that was a new level for me. So if there's any young barbers, anybody on here, it's like, man, anything in life, bro, there's levels to it. And it's like, forget the word doubt. This is a Kobe thing. I'm stealing from, forget the word doubt. Because it's like, you do it right, you do the work. You don't control the results. You don't control the results. The results are what it is. Now, if the results, if you win, it's success. You get up the next morning, you do the same thing. Or the results, like I said, that you don't control is if you lose or you fail, you get up the next morning and do the same thing. So just put in the work. You don't know the outcome. Now you can help the outcome. You can increase the chances of the outcome coming your way by putting in the work constantly, but you can put in all the work in the world and it might not pop off to 15 years down the line. You know what I'm saying? So you just put in the work and you live with the results and you keep doing the same damn thing.
No, I'm thankful that you shared that. It went really deep into that conversation. We got to realize that, you know, we all gonna have a road that feels bumpy, and we're trying to, you know, we got to master our confidence first. I know we try to look at everything around us, and we don't want to hear nobody say anything negative about us, but that's life.
Yeah,
it's not gonna change. You're gonna have somebody that either likes what you're doing or they're gonna downplay what you're doing. But at the end of the day, knowing that you putting in the work and the effort every day that you get up and motivating yourself, you're gonna change every outcome that's coming your way.
Yeah.
So I wanna jump more into you, because this is what everybody's tuning for. This is what everybody wants to hear. I'm seeing so many comments being left that, G is the dude. Um, what is it that still keeps you going, knowing, and with all the things that's being shifted now with social media, the whole dialogue of a barber now, uh, the good, the bad,
Yeah,
the ugly that we're now the industry is circulating itself. We didn't have social media at that time to really have so many inputs about what other barbers are doing.
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
froze up.
it froze for a second. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, we have so many dialogues of different barbers sharing their opinions about the industry, or particularly sharing their information on barbers and what they do and how they're moving the dialogue of our industry. What is it that you're loving, and what is it that makes you feel like,
Still there?
yeah, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
So
Okay,
I'll
continue.
I'll answer. What is it that keeps me going? Um, Man, it's loving the craft, bro. Like, I sometimes I hate, like, you know you hear people say the same thing, and you try to come at it. Let me come at it with a whole different angle, a different perspective, and all this stuff. But it just truly comes down to, if you love what you do, you're gonna keep on doing it. And for me, it's like, man, I've been doing this now 33 years, like 33 or 34 years. I still feel like I don't have a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still feel like, because like I told you, I worked in corporate America. I worked in corporate America, what, 5 to 7 years while I was working in a barbershop on the weekend, then left, moved out here to California and started working in a barbershop. But it's truly, like, I worked in corporate America. I loved it. I was making good money. I'm, I'm, I'm what, 21 years old, 22? No,
Yeah,
23 years old, make 23, 24, making $77,000 a year. And this was back in like 2002,
mm-hmm.
like, so that was good money. At 2002, $77,000 a year as a 20-year-old, yo, that's damn good money. It's still good money now,
Yeah,
but it was just, I was doing that, but I left corporate America to come to LA, do like entertainment and stuff, and then barbering. But it's like, for me, bro, what keeps me going is just the love of the craft. It's not a job to me. Like, I literally could sit up there. Like, I tell my clients all the time, and they laugh. I'm like, yo, man, I really love this shit, because, like, when I cut the hair, and especially because, when it's real, real good, and I'm like, God damn, look at this. I'm like, yo, I can literally stare at this all day.
yeah,
I was the dude that, when I went to the barbershop to get my hair cut, because something, I was cutting my hair myself, but then you wanted to look extra good, and I
mm-hmm.
go to the barbershop, and I would come home, and I'm looking at it in the mirror, just looking at the
Yeah,
fade for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Like, how did he just manipulate the hair to make it blend so well? It was like amazing to me. So
mm-hmm.
it, like I said, it wasn't work. It was just studying, and so it's just loving the craft, man. Like, loving cutting hair and just seeing the changes in the industry. I mean, going from, they doing shows and they had VHS tapes, and going from you being the man in your town,
Yeah,
like, that's how it was. Like, see, this is where the industry, now you can be the man, people everywhere can know who you are. When I started off, people in a 5-mile radius,
mm-hmm.
maybe 10,
Mm-hmm.
knew who you were. If you was a dope barber, they was coming to you in a 5 to 10-mile radius. That's all that knew you. We weren't even really thinking about hair shows. Now you dope, you can post your stuff on Instagram. People come in town and they know who you are, and there's other streams of income that you can make from barbering.
Correct.
When I was doing it, it was just cutting hair. So it's just loving the craft. Where I see it now, like, I can tell I'm becoming the OG with the gray hair and all that stuff. Because now it's like, now, first barbering started with the love of the craft.
Correct.
All of us somehow accidentally fell into it, or you had a family member or whatever, and that's why you did it, and you kept doing it because you love the craft. Now it's changed to where people see people making money off of barbering. So now some people want to get into it for the money aspect or the popularity aspect instead of the love of the craft. They might see Rob the original, A-Rod, or 360 Jeezy, and they see that they doing good and got millions of views on YouTube, and like, oh, that's my avenue to become popular or famous or quote unquote a celebrity. That's how I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna use barbering to get there. So they might not come into the game with the love of the craft, how us old school dudes did. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's the difference that I see.
I like that. I like that. I know that I love, I enjoy seeing some of the videos that you put out, especially when you're dealing with maybe your clientele, you know, that you see, or the things that we experience with our clientele and our seat. I love that you dig into that and show a personality, a comedy vibe around it, but it's still a teaching information at the same time. I know that Marvy Marv and Deluxe and Basquiat had about our industry, the things that they enjoy, the things that they dislike, the just a lot of different realms of what's going on in our community. And I know I've seen you post something about that as well. So can you elaborate on that as well? Knowing that, you came from the barbershop, you're doing major things now and differently working now. I know you're in the suite, right? You're not even in.
Right.
Like, talk about those different transitions, like barbers now that feel like, okay, I can just watch a YouTube video, or I can just go on Instagram all day, learn all of the things that I need to learn and get into a suite. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think they should work out of a barbershop? Do you think that,
You should absolutely. I posted something the other, I think yesterday. Yeah, I posted something. Every barber should do at least 5 years in the barbershop before they go to a suite. And I believe that because, first of all, you have to learn all the intricacies of a barbershop, like the ins and outs. You got to learn if you really want to cut hair. Because some people start off doing it, then they're like, hey, man, I ain't making enough money, and then they don't want to do it anymore. You got to build your clientele base. You got to see how the owner runs the barbershop. You got to see how it is to keep a steady clientele. You got to see how it is, like, just to manage your station, to clean your station, just how you are the person, your vibe in the barbershop, how you fit in. Because every barbershop has different personalities and all that stuff. And then, like I said, you got to learn the business of it, because you got to promote yourself. You got to promote yourself. You got to get better, especially if you're a new barber. You got to get better, because for a new barber, it's going to take you probably about a year or whatever to start getting good. Like some people are nice, but if you think you're good in a year, you're going to be way better 3, 4, 5 years from now. You're going to learn different stuff. So I'll say learn all the ins and outs, and you got to have that steady clientele that's going to follow you. Because clientele, like if you get a suite and say your suite might be 10 miles away from where you are, some people, they're not going to follow you. You got to have that steady clientele. If you want to get a suite, you have to have a minimum of 70 clients in rotation in order for you to maintain your suite, because a suite is not going to get you new business.
No.
A suite, like I'm in Salon Republic, we're in the mall. I've been there 2 years. I probably did 5 walk-ins, maybe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People that just walk in, hey, do you guys have a barber on site? I probably did that. I'm not getting new business from my suite. It's word, not from the suite. It's from word of mouth. It's from word of mouth. People know my skills. So that's why I say 5 years, just to figure this whole thing out and see and make sure if it's what you want to do. Now, of course, some people can do it in 2 or 3 years. Some people can have success. But to me, with my 34 years experience where I don't hardly know anything.
Yeah.
To me, it's a good 5 years just to make sure this is what you really want to do. Because like I said, some people can get burned out. Some people get burned out. And I see it like I'm in, quote unquote, a high-end suite where we are. I've seen people come and go. You know, I've seen people that thought that they was going to do it and they can't even pay the rent. Or I've seen people in the damn suite that got a job. And I'm like, how the hell are you going to have a suite? Because it costs a lot every week to be here and you got a job. So to me, it's just making sure that you know all the ins and outs of barbering. Do you budget? Do you know how much money you make a week? A lot of barbers don't know how much money they make a week, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of barbers literally are like strippers, make a lot of money and spend a lot of money. But if you ask them, yo, how much did you make last week? For me, I can tell you exactly how much money I made last week. $2,173.67. That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's what I made last week. So, because I'm the one that I rarely get cash now, but I'm old school. I got an organizer that I write in, and like I work Tuesday through Saturdays. So I write down every my bank, you know, what I made every day. I'm the dude at the end of the week writing down, bam, what I made. I'm the dude at the end of the month that knows exactly how much he made. I made from a product line, from barbering, from YouTube, from Instagram, from Facebook, from just even acting and comedy, from cartoon. I mean, just everything. Even I make money from Amazon. That's a lot of people like Amazon. I make money from I make money from YouTube, from Amazon, just by I have a link, like when I do the videos and it links the product. Yeah. Then you put if you use my link to buy that product, then I'm gonna make money off of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'll make money off the Amazon referrals and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta know how much money you make. You gotta know your budget. You should have a spread, because I got it in my organizer, and I also have it on the spreadsheet, which I'm like old school. I'm new to the spreadsheet. I'm like, man, I should have been doing this. But you gotta know your budget for your place, like where you live and your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know your budget for your lifestyle, your car note, all that stuff, your rent or mortgage, whatever it is. You gotta know your money for your lifestyle, and you gotta know the money for the shop, for what you're doing. So now, when you know, you like, all right, I'm making this is what it takes for me to maintain my shop in a month. Or like if I'm in a barbershop, okay, I'm paying him booth rent. All right, I gotta order gloves every 3 months or whatever. I gotta order, if I use the air thing, I order the air stuff every 3 months. If I use if I use Sanic neck strips, am I buying them from bulk and Amazon? Like, where am I buying all my stuff? So therefore, you like, all right, for me to maintain my space within this barbershop with booth rent, all right, it might be 1,000. I'm just using easy numbers or whatever. You know, it might be 1,000 a month for me to maintain this space, including, you know, supplies, booth rent, all that stuff, 1,000 a month. So now, if I know it's 1,000 a month, now, okay, now I need to get a suite where I could pay a little more, because I could charge more for my you know, prices. But okay, can I get a suite where I'm paying 1,500 a month? Is that affordable for me? So these are the things that you have to know instead of just jumping out there, because if you just jump out there, then you're gonna find yourself overwhelmed and you're trying to figure it out. But when you know your money aspect, you can walk in that goddamn suite confidently, and you're like, all right, I might have 10 to 15% or maybe even 20% of my clients taper off because I'm going to the suite because they don't want to pay. So now I got to pick up new clients. But if you know your budget, now you're more relaxed, like, oh, okay, all right, if I had a 20% drop off, okay, so I need to get maybe 4 more new people a week. Let me go pass out business cards. Let me do that. I can give 4 more people, or I'll do a referral based thing with my clients. Hey man, refer me, then you get 10% off. I can easily pick up those 4. But you have a game plan and you have structure. You have structure for what you're doing, so now you can go into it more confidently, so you don't have to stress out if your suite ain't going. Like for me, real quick, I know, like I said, real quick, I've been talking the whole goddamn time, but like if I have a slow, you know, because I pick my daughters up on Wednesday, like on Wednesdays, I work from 9:30 to 1 and I go pick my daughters up. But like if I have, because I know my numbers and I know like the average of what I make and all that stuff, if I have a slow ass Tuesday, like sometimes people stressing out like, oh God damn. If I have a slow Tuesday, I'm like, okay, I know the numbers are gonna balance out. That means if I have a slow Tuesday, that means Wednesday, a gang of people gonna come in before I get my daughters. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a gang of people gonna come in. So I'm stress free.
Yeah.
Now, if the numbers start dipping from my average, then I'm like, hey, what I gotta do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm calculating it so it's less fear.
No, that's definitely what I wanted, and because it was another portion of what I said to you where I wanted to talk about financial structure, and I'm definitely glad that you explained that with details, with numbers, with information on how to look at it. Because yes, a lot of us need, you know, it's older people in the game and it's younger people in the game, and they still not understanding that law of structure to make that happen. And hearing that and sharing that, you know, whoever looks at our content and goes back and revisits this video and say, oh yeah, he did say I should do this and I should put my money here and I should move my money over there. So when the money's done, I know how much I got in and what I lost to make sure that, you know, me going into my next month, this is, yeah. So I'm glad, definitely glad that you shared upon that. I know it's been a while for you, but you know, us being in this industry, and it's probably people that's been reaching out to you and asking questions, especially by probably barbers that's jumping into this industry and want to know, is going to a barber school still the best fit, or should I just be apprentice and go by the, yeah.
You know what? It's funny. I'll speak about. I never went to barber school.
Oh,
Like, well, I was the apprentice dude.
yeah.
Like for me, if you can go an apprenticeship route, to me, that's the best thing. I only went to barber because I'm from Maryland. Like I said, I'm from Maryland, so I did the apprenticeship program there. But then when I moved to LA, all my hours didn't transfer.
Okay.
So then I just had to go to school like in the evening. I only had to go to school like 1 to 2 hours or something like that, and get those, like the cutting hair hours I didn't need, but the book hours, that's what I needed. And goddamn, we was half time sleep in that joint. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? So that's, if you can get that experience at the barbershop, because honestly, the barber schools, like you get in what you put out. They not teaching you much.
Yeah.
You know, like if you ain't trying to learn, you ain't gonna know much. But I mean, obviously you can pass the test.
Yeah.
For me, just speaking off of my experience, if you can get an apprenticeship program over a school, get an apprenticeship program. Do that. If you can get into school, it's cool. But I would say, man, find the cheapest school that you can find. You know what I'm saying? Like in your area, because if you go to Paul Mitchell, they're gonna charge you a lot. And that instructor might not really care that much.
Yeah.
So you might be paying X amount of money because the only thing you want to do is pass the damn test.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can go to XYZ, if you can go to niggas in the corner barber school over Paul Mitchell, then go see them niggas in the corner. But I'm sorry if the audience, whatever. But if you can go to those dudes opposed to Paul Mitchell, man, go to those dudes, man. But yeah, I mean, barber schools are cool, but like I would say if you can go the apprenticeship route, try that first.
On my previous IG live that I just had a few minutes ago, a young man was really sending out comments and questions and stuff. And three of the things that he asked upon was like a real, definitely great questions. He was saying, like, for no barber coming out, how should he determine his price range as far as, like, you know, building his clientele? How should he structure, you know, making sure that he's, you know, getting a good amount to, you know, save and put away and build his, you know, his wealth, but also make sure that he's not demeaning or demeaning his customers with outrageous prices. Like, what advice?
I would say don't even worry about the price, to be honest. Like I would say if you're a new barber, bro, if you're a new barber, you new. Do the price of the barbershop. Like, stick with the price of the bar, whatever the barbershop, because every barbershop has a standard price. Now, barbers can go up or they can go down. You know what I'm saying? Like the owner of my old barbershop, he was like, yo, man, this is standard price, but if y'all want to charge more, you can charge more. As a new barber, just charge the damn standard price of the barbershop.
Right.
Like, you coming in there already worried about money, you want to concentrate on building your clientele. Like the price of, and just make sure that you can afford your lifestyle. Now, whatever the price is in the barbershop, that's the price of the lifestyle that you're gonna have to live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, and you got to be realistic. Like, which no shop should be doing this. I'm gonna just say hypothetically. Like, if a barbershop is charging $30 a haircut, your rent can't be $2,500.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your rent can't be $2,500, and you driving a Tesla, and you know what I'm saying? And you can't live that life. If your shop, wherever you start, if it's $30, you got to go somewhere where your rent might be $1,000 or whatever, and you drive a Accord and all that stuff. But you're starting off. Now, this is not where you're going to end. You're just starting off. If you watch sports as a rookie, you just start off. You're trying to figure out the pace of the game. You're trying to, like, it moves faster and all that stuff. You're just trying to figure out the pace, the pacing. As a new barber, you just want to, your pacing is clientele. You want to go, you want to charge that standard price. And because, first of all, you're not even worth a good price. I hate to say it like this, because you just don't know everything yet. And you might not be doing all the services. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I mean, I'm just speaking facts, at least from me. Learn the game, get those clients steady. Now, once your books are filled, once you can't hardly take any more clients because you're that booked up, now you can talk about raising your prices. But until then, you concentrate on becoming a better barber, your haircuts being good, and your marketing. The marketing to get more haircuts. You just want to put asses in seats. That's
right.
That's like, realistically, as a new barber, it's just like, don't know hustlers. Like, okay, don't know hustlers start on the block and say, I'm gonna charge more than what he charges. You know, if the rocks are, you know, if the rocks are going for $25, a new hustler ain't coming and say my rocks are $35. He like, yo, my rocks are $25, and I might come out here earlier than y'all do if I'm really trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all starting to hustle at 7 a.m. I'm gonna be hustling at 5 a.m. until whenever to 10, because I'm gonna bypass y'all with my grind. That's what you do as a new barber. You go to standard price, but make your hustle more than all the other barbers.
I love that. That was another question he threw out. You know, he spoke on, like, hey, you know, I'm out of the shop now. I'm about to go take my test, but I'm trying to, you know, how do I better my speed of fading, or, you know, build techniques since I'm out of school. And I don't know if he was at a shop or maybe looking for a shop, but he was just wondering, like, I guess, should he, like, you know, go to a mentorship and have a mentor and have him, you know, or he was saying he was having a hard time finding a mentor. He was saying that most of the stuff that he's doing right now is just watching videos. So he was like, how do I weaver myself through these issues that I'm having to, you know, keep building my craft better and better, even though
Now, you say he's in the shop?
I don't think he was in the shop yet. Looking for a shop. Yeah. Okay.
So I would say I was lucky. Like, Vaughn was my mentor. He was in my barbershop. I would challenge him to say, are you looking for a mentor? Like, I would throw back, are you looking for a mentor? Are you putting in the effort to find a mentor? For him, if he's not in the shop, I would try to find that mentor in the shop once he gets in one. Now, if he's already in the shop, find a mentor in the shop. If he's not in the shop, once you get in the shop, still find that mentor in the shop. The reason why I say find a mentor in the shop, because it's hands-on. that person can see you cut every day. A dude that you hit up on Instagram ain't gonna, those pictures that you send him ain't the same thing. You might be holding the clipper wrong. Your thumb might be, you know, you might be just holding, you might be doing some things wrong. The dude in the shop can analyze and look at your haircut and say, hey, yo, you need to do this. You need to do this. So find a mentor in the barber shop, whoever you think is the most qualified or that you look up to, young brother, find that person in that shop and you talk to them while you not cutting. You talk to that dude while he ain't cutting, or both y'all ain't cutting. You talk to that dude. Even while he's cutting, you stand and you watch him. If you cutting, he not cutting. You can reach out to some people, but it's not hands-on. Find your mentor in the shop.
I know when I was starting out and stuff, I was a fashion designer, and I worked at this boutique, at this fashion store that was right next to a barber shop. And at that time, when my lady gave me the idea of like being a barber, you know, it was just funny that where I was at, I was right next door to a barber shop, and the guys in there, they was like so open arms. They was like, yeah, come over here and watch us cut and all that stuff like that. So then I went to school, passed, and then I started working at the shop. But I still wasn't like really comfortable with a lot of different styles of that I was trying to do. And I would sit there and I would watch, but then I would feel uncomfortable being next to them and like hovering over there while they cutting and watching the person, because I didn't want the person to feel uncomfortable. And then at one point that I was like, okay, if I'm here in here and they see me doing that and they see they teaching me, is that gonna stray away the customers that come in like, oh yeah, he can't cut, I'm not gonna mess with him. So that was like the mental that I was dealing with in my head. But I came to a point that said, okay, I need to eliminate all that and just
Absolutely.
what I want, and this is what I want to
Absolutely.
do. Elaborate, like what your opinion, like keep that realm, that uncomfortable feeling, you know?
It's all in your head, because I can challenge you and say, how you said that person is sitting on the bench and saying, oh, can he cut or whatever. I would challenge you. That person might say, because it's all about how we think. It's all in our head. That person can say, oh yeah, Money's trying to learn how to cut. Hey, I'm gonna mess with him because he's gonna be a dope barber. You know what I'm saying? Like you can easily, you can switch that, or hey man, I see he really trying to learn. I'm gonna mess with him, because some people don't really care about their hair that much. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to get it cut. And then some people might say, yo man, I want to be that person to help him become who he wants to become. Because I see that he's putting in the work by watching that barber right there. So I'm going to mess with him. As long as he don't give me a bowl cut, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And then let's be real. A lot of people, like I said, it's all perspective of how we think. A lot of people don't mind you watching, because they kind of sit in the chair and they get to be the model, because we all like attention. Like with attention's on them, they sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like some people won't. But I would say to whoever, make sure you and the barber, hey, they do it in sports all the time. Y'all can have a sign like this, meaning it's cool to come over. Or you wipe your forehead, it's cool. Because remember, the barber knows that person. So he knows that that person is uncomfortable with it, and he knows that the person is comfortable. And it don't hurt even if he don't know, hey, yo, you mind if what's name watch while I cut it? And they're not going to be like, nah, man, nah. They're going to be like, because because as most human beings, we want to help each other. You know what I'm saying? So even by them sitting there being the model, they're helping you learn by sitting there and that barber cutting the hair. So I would say, I would never be discouraged about going up, watching. It's all thought process. Think positively and eliminate all that negative bullshit and just go with the positive, because for every negative thing, I can come back and challenge with a positive thought. And for me, I would rather go with the person on this shoulder, the positive person, and knock off the negative person.
All right. How much time do you have? Because I know you
I
got.
got, because my doctor's appointment, I think, is at 2. So I got about 15 more minutes. We're good because it ain't too far from it. As long as I'm off it, as long as I'm off by 1:20, we good to go. So I got 17 more minutes.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about everything that you're doing on your end. I know you have product line.
Yeah.
I know you doing your thing with your social media page. That, like I said, you're bringing comedy, but you're also showing knowledge and you're giving the perspective of a customer, but the barber as well. All this came from, and I know that people love it because I love it. What keeps you going and keep the platform to do what you're doing?
It's teaching. What up, Euro? My homie from back home. Hey, follow Euro, dope musician, get his music. For me, it was like we stumbled across it because like you in LA too. So because you in LA, right?
Yeah, man.
We in LA. So we were in North Hollywood in the heart of like black entertainment, the YouTuber, the Vine people, and all that stuff. And they would come in our shop and they were always like, "Yo, man, y'all funny as hell. Y'all funny as a mug. Y'all need to start doing videos." And I'm seeing the Johns and all, they just making money and they doing stuff, King Batches. I'm like, yo, we touch these dudes, we cut them. Man, let's start doing a video. Like, yo, man, y'all, let's start doing it. And then we start doing it. Then it was just something that started, like, just was fun. Because as you stated, and it lets me know that you have an understanding, you're smart, because there's always a message behind everything that we do. Like, it has to be relatable, because the secret to comedy is relatability is better than funny. If people can relate to it, they're going to find the funny, or they'll find the relatable and like the video regardless. So now, at the beginning, we were like, hey, man, let's just take everything that we do. Like, you got to pay attention to your environment, because my comedy background allows me to pay attention to my environment. So you just got to pay attention to your environment, and let's find the funny in whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, you walk in, you think your client is yours, and he go to somebody else now. You got to capture that moment, like, oh, and you find that funny. Yeah. And we just had fun just doing it, and it just became something. And like 2015, we're literally the pioneers, because, I remember I was on one thing. Dude was like, man, we did it too. I was like, no, Nick, shut up. Y'all might have did one or two videos. We did 5 videos, 6 videos a week.
Right.
Like, we were the ones putting out the content all the time consistently. So I know this. I got people from around the world. The numbers speak for themselves. Yeah. You don't get 100 million views on YouTube for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the numbers speak for themselves. So for me, it was just like, I do stand up too. Like, I love comedy. I've always loved comedy. So it was just like, for me, it was the perfect blend of both worlds. Yeah. Let me take my comedy background, let me take my barber background, and let me join them together. And it created something good with my boys, Trey, Dice, man. Like, the team, everybody was good. Everybody contributed to our success. Mm-hmm. So it's about, to me, it's about finding what it is that you like, and you hone in on that. If you're a barber and you like cooking and baking cookies, right, then goddamn cook and bake some cookies and bring them joints in the shop. Right. The next thing you know, you're going to be a cookie baking barber, and you're going to be making money, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be making money off your cookies and stuff. If you do designs and stuff, man, do those goddamn designs and put that junk on Instagram. I ain't gonna say junk, or put it on Instagram, and next thing you know, people gonna be coming in your city to see you to do the designs. So for me, it was just a blend of both worlds that I was passionate about, and it created something that, all right, let me take this, because back then Instagram wasn't giving you money. So this is where the entrepreneurial head comes in, because you got to figure out what is unique about you, that the barbering is the main thing. Whatever you want to do, the barbering is the main thing. That's this. The barbering is the main thing. How can I create other streams of income off of this barbering thing?
Right.
Okay. We're starting to get eyes on us. People starting to watch. We're getting these eyes. What do barbers do? We wear clothes.
Right.
Okay, let's create a shirt. Let's create a clothing line. Oh, they like T-shirts and hats.
Right.
Let's make sure the hats match with the J's. Right. So let's you know what I'm saying? Let's do some T-shirts and hats. Oh, now we're doing it from barbers, different colors, different hats. let's do some for stylists. Oh, okay, now, oh, let's make some capes. Yeah. Let's make barber towels. Let's make sweatsuits. So now it's barbering is the main thing. The eyes are on. Okay, so let's create this other ecosystem, this other money system. All right, we got the cut and hair money. Now let's do clothes. All right, so we got clothes. Now let's do product. Now, you know, you got people, let's do some product because, yeah, you can make X amount of money off of barbers, but that's a limited community because non-barbers aren't really going to buy that paraphernalia. I mean, you know, clothes. Like, but for me, it was like, let me make clothes that can, I'm not going to put Garrett Dixon on there. I'm going to do something that can help the barbers make money. Yeah. My money makers with clippers, comb, and shears. So when you go to the grocery store, somebody, hey, you a barber? Hey, yeah, now you can get a new client. So let's create something that can bring you value. Because if my apparel can bring you value, you're going to buy it. So now you got that. So now it's like, all right, now it's the money is limited with barbers. Let's think about something that can be worldwide and everybody can get a product line. So let's create some products. Let's start off with this. Let's start off with that or whatever. Now let's create products with people that maybe fans of yours on YouTube that aren't barbers. Maybe they want to buy your products.
Right.
Let's put it out there. So now, and then comes now Instagram. Now you start to get, and then you put videos on YouTube. Okay, you're making money off of YouTube. Oh, now Instagram and Facebook are competing with YouTube. So now they paying. So now off barbering and figuring out what I'm speaking for myself, figuring out what you do, how can you monetize this, and what is your God-given ability, or what do you like to do? I like to make people laugh. So my place in this barber game is to bring what we do on a day-to-day basis in a funny way. Yes. But at the same time, I also have enough experience where I can go serious and teach and all that stuff and everything. I go to schools and speak and everything because I have that too.
Yeah.
So, but now it's, hey, we ain't giving this up. I mean, because I honestly love it, bro. I can be a millionaire and I got it. Like, I'm going to have to cut at least 5 people's hair or whatever. Because, you know, my client, nah, like, I don't care. Like, I might not cut, but I can go in I can have a son. Like, anyway, my product line, it's doing good, but it can blow to the point where it's making $1 million a month.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to have to touch somebody's head and cut it because I love it so much.
I feel that. I feel that. Like I said, I don't know if I spoke on that earlier, but yeah, I was in different realms of my life as well. I was a fashion designer. I worked in the corporate world in movies. I worked for Lionsgate, so I worked on the distribution side, and all the things that I was chasing within the film industry, but also in the clothing industry, brought me to being a barber, and I'm enjoying this more than I was enjoying that.
Yeah.
And it's funny how life, you know, can come at you at a point and be triggering certain thoughts, but you're not hearing it. And then it takes something a little bit later in your life to be like, hey, I remember that. Oh, damn, why is that coming back again? Yeah. Okay, let me try and see what happens. And that's where I'm at now.
And real quick, hey, bro, and we blessed for what I was talking to this girl earlier today. We was texting and I was like, how's work? And her reply was, it's work, LOL. you know what I'm saying? Her reply literally was like, it's work, LOL. And I'm sitting there, I'm driving, I was like, damn, she don't really like what she does. Yeah. She just said it's work, LOL. Like her thing was, it's work, LOL. I'm never saying it's work, LOL. Like I've been blessed to find something where I get to have a nice lifestyle to where I actually love it. Like for me, it's never always just work. It's, oh yeah, I got another client coming in. Yo, Kenny, I get to talk to him about this. You know, Rob coming in because every client is different, especially even with my suite now the conversations are more intimate. So I'm never like, it's just work. Like I get up and enjoy what I do every day. You know, like I'm not chasing the money. The only time I feel like it's just work sometimes when your feet might start hurting, like it depends on what shoes you wear. So you're like, I can't wear those shoes anymore. When you got the bottom of your feet hurting, that might be when it feel like it's just work. But other than that, bro, like I literally go into my suite every day and I have a good time. I'm like, oh, this client coming in or whatever. Yo, I know we about to get deep. Like, it's not just work for me. Syra, what up? That's one of my old clients, Syra on it. He was in one of our early videos, first video about clients' blood on him. But for me, it's never work.
Yeah.
It's never work. It's I get paid to converse with my friends.
That's man. I'm glad that you said that. I love that. I'm gonna use that. I'm definitely gonna chop in. I wanted to ask you another question, but I'm gonna jump to this first because I know you gotta go back to. I want to talk about everything that you have going on, product line, everything you want to shoot out. Law of attraction. How do you use that in your everyday life, personally or business wise? Like, how does law of attraction affect you to keep pushing forward?
That's a good question. Law of attraction. It's just, I feel like everybody finds their tribe. You know, you'll find your tribe in whatever it is as a person and what you want. That's the people that's going to surround you. I feel like it's funny because some of my barbers at my old shop, like they say sometimes, damn nigga, all your clients look like you. They got the haircuts like you. You know what I'm saying? Like you turn them into you. And I was like, people love being around people that they're attracted to, that speak knowledge. I mean, whatever. Like if you smoke weed all the time, if you smoke all the time, you're gonna go to the barber that smoke weed because y'all can go to the and do all that. Like, so you know, you're gonna be attracted to what it is that you like. Yeah. So for me, I've just personally just been attracted to success. I've been attracted to successful people, and I always want to be doing the worst out of the group that I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I need to get faster on the track field, I'm gonna run against people that's running faster than me because that's how I get faster. If I run with people that I'm faster than, I'm not getting faster. Yeah. So I like to be the one, and I'm doing okay. I like to be the one that's doing the worst out of my crew because I gotta chase Kenny. Yeah. I gotta chase Tony. Yeah. And seeing the things that they doing are going to influence me. If I can gain half of what they do or some of what they do, then it's going to put me in a more successful situation. Yeah. So I don't like to hang around people, quote unquote, that I'm higher, elevated, or doing better. I'll just say doing better. Forget all this talk, that I'm doing better than, and it's not that I am better than them. You know what I'm saying? But I want to go to people. I want to be around people that have me looking forward to, inspire to be like them.
Right. Yeah. That was a fire delivery. I love that. I'm that. Yeah. I know you gotta go, but I want you to shoot out your page to people that don't know. Okay. I want you to shoot out your information of your products because I know I just seen something that you post about, you know, Amazon products. So I'm gonna look, and I'm definitely gonna make an order. But I want you to shoot everything you got going on, things that you're working on, things you're willing to share right now.
Right now, you can follow me. We're on Instagram, so Doug Garrett Dixon. YouTube is same thing, Garrett Dixon, GarrickDixon, Garrett Dixon. Facebook, same thing, Garrett Dixon. My product line, Dixon1737.com. DIXONS1737.com. A lot of people ask me, why is this Dixon 1737? I started cutting hair when I told you 33 years ago, 1737 Albert Drive, right. Mitchellville, Maryland. That's where my parents lived. That's where I started. So I took it full circle and named it Dixon 1737 because that's where I started. Wow. So I'm about to grab myself. And then also, like, as far as I got something right now, brother, that I can't speak on it much. Okay. But I'll say this. This is what I'll say. You should be able to watch something on TV about the barbershop in the near future. Yeah. Yeah, you should be able to watch something on TV about the barbershop in the near future. All the logistics are out of my hand and all that stuff, but everything has already been done. And it's just you should be able, by this time next year, we should, oh man, that episode was funny as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It should be something.
All right.
I got, you know, so we'll see. I'm gonna grab my product real quick just for the people.
Okay. What's up, man? I see you. I fade to black. Appreciate you tuning in. I want to thank everybody that tuned in, came in, shouted out, showed their respect. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my guests that, you know, we can come on here, speak about the industry, share as much information as possible. I love it.
And let me say this real quick. Here's the last thing before I get to the product. Hey, man, hey, people, whatever it is, just start. Whatever it is, just start, because you never know what's going to happen. If you told that 12-year-old boy from Mitchellville, Maryland, that started in his parents' bathroom, that started in a bathroom in his parents' house,
Right,
that he would come to LA and would get approached with an idea about something that could be seen on TV, you would have never thought that. So it's like, however you start, just start. However you start is, well, you're never going to finish until you're down, like point blank. You're never going to finish until you're down. But however you start, just keep going, and different things, when you say law of attraction, different things are going to come to you. With this project, the dude used to come to my shop and was like, yo, Garrick, I got it, man, we're going to work together. Like, you know, he was always, yo, he tried to get me on one show. It didn't happen. Yo, we're going to work together. Then when he got the idea, it was like, hey, you the person I had in mind. I'm coming to you. And so, and this is just somebody I converse with in the shop all the time. So it's just start, man. Whatever it is, just start, and you never know. And if you love it, things are going to come. Okay. With all that, Dixon 1737, leave-in conditioner. Help curl, shine your hair, maintain it. Beard oil with Miracle Oil. That's for your beard and hair. Moisturize it, maintain it, sparkle, smell good, all that stuff. Beard butter, Dixon 1730, beard butter. And the silhouette is my father, brother, and I. That's they helped me start the business. I had my money, but I told them about the idea. They saw how passionate I was, and they contributed. Shampoo, Dixon 1737 deep moisture repair shampoo. Makes your hair smell good, all that stuff. And then conditioner.
I need a link to all that.
I'll send it to you. So I have all that, you know, everything above your neck. These products can take care of it. And just start, y'all. Just start. Man, thank you for coming, sharing your wisdom, being uplifted. This was dope. I can't wait for us to really sit down and chop it up again. If you ever got something you got going on and you just want to come to my platform and talk your shit, you're welcome to do it. Okay. No doubt.
Are you gonna be in Vegas?
No, I'm not gonna be. Supposed to go. But my ex-wife is going out of town. My ex-wife is going, and you know, you gotta be dad. You gotta be dad. Like I was gonna go. I was gonna meet my boy at the hotel, split rooms and all that stuff. But you gotta be a dad first, because at the end of the day, the family always gonna be there.
Well, I'm hoping that we can continue our connection and keep growing it. But like I said, thank you again for taking time out. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you took time to be here with me. And I want to thank you for that. And I'm looking forward to everything that you got coming up, and I'm looking forward to checking it out.
All right, let me shout out two people. My man Curran, what up, boy? I went to high school. And I got New Skin LA is on here. Look it up and go to the thing, New Skin LA. She's dope. She does facials, all that stuff. Makes your skin feel amazing. Like, because I didn't even know, like, our skin changes every 3 days and dead cells and all that stuff. She does all that stuff and make your skin, like, just glisten. So she's going to hit New Skin LA. Follow her. All right.
For sure. All right, man. Have a good one, man. Do your thing. All right.
Peace.